Good evening, and welcome to Cleveland Metropolitan School District's Thomas Jefferson International Newcomers Academy Commencement Ceremony for Class of 2022. Before we begin, please turn your cell phones off or on vibrate. At this time, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the flag, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. I would next like to introduce Ms. Carrie Waring for our welcome and opening remarks.
Good evening, honored guests, faculty and staff, friends and family of our outstanding class of 2022. Whether you are with us locally or via live stream from Micronesia, Syria, Ukraine, Vietnam, Puerto Rico, Guatemala, El Salvador, the Dominican Republic, Uganda, the Republic of Congo, Afghanistan, Tanzania, or Rwanda, welcome. Class of 2022, what? We made it. I'd like to take a minute to have our class officers stand. President Mays Halal, can you stand? Vice President Daniel Alvarenga Ruiz. Treasurer Stanislav Fedes, and Secretary T. Hoon. Thank you for leading us well this year, you guys. Doing the extra, staying late, coming early, WhatsApp team calls late into the night. You have made sure that the seniors have been heard and have had a great time at Cedar Point, the picnic, the prom, and at all of the student activities that we have done this year. Well done. I speak for our teachers as I say to you, we are proud. We have seen you grow and change each day that you have been with us. Thank you for doing your best, being willing to try and to make every day interesting and fun. To the families that have shared their amazing kids with us, these students have started as small little seeds. You planted them in school when they were young, and now look at what they have accomplished. What a powerful bunch of individuals that they have grown into. In getting to know this class, we have found that they have grit, integrity, intelligence, resilience, mad skills, heart, and above all, empathy. They think of others first as a family, as a team, as a community. If you are with us today and have invested in this group, you have invested wisely, and the world will benefit from the return. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you. Now at this time, we will have Principal Marisol Burgos for our welcome remarks.
Good evening, buenas tardes. My name is Marisol Burgos, Head Principal of Thomas Jefferson International Newcomers Academy. I want to welcome you to tonight's commencement ceremony. It is with great pride that I present to you the senior class of 2022. This is the last graduating class under our current school name, Thomas Jefferson International Newcomers Academy. Next year, we will have a different name. Before acknowledging the seniors sitting to my right, I'd like to welcome our honored guest this evening, Ms. Valentina Moxon, Chief Academic Officer. Ms. Denise Link and Sara Elakad, Board of Education members. Mr. Josh Cribbs, former Cleveland Brown player and host executive producer of Cribbs and Cleve. Ms. Maria Cruz, High School Network One Barrier Breaker. Principal Lennox Thompson. And assistant principals, Ms. Jennifer Rohn and Ms. Catherine Bush. We are honored to have you here with us tonight. Sitting before us is a group of dedicated, hardworking teachers and staff who play key roles in educating our graduating students. The focus this year was setting an academic mindset and increasing communication skills while teaching core subject areas. At this time, I would like to ask the teachers and staff from INA to please stand. If all the teachers and staff could please stand. We would like to thank you for your time, leadership, and energy devoted to our scholars during the past 4 years and for setting high expectations. Thank you very much, everyone. This year has been challenging, but yet rewarding. Staff and students had to be flexible and quickly adjust to being back in person full-time with CDC regulations. 6 of the 23 students graduating today enrolled during the pandemic and experienced most of their schooling online, including our salutatorian Mace from Syria. In spite of these challenges, all students were able to pass their OSTs and are ready to enter global society. I'm proud of you. In our graduating class, 14 different countries are represented, including Afghanistan, Democratic Republic of Congo, El Salvador, Federated States of Micronesia, Guatemala, Honduras, Pakistan, Puerto Rico, Rwanda, Syria, Tanzania, Ukraine, and Vietnam. Today, we are able to see the beginning of the future judges, doctors, engineers, educators, and business leaders. Out of the 23 graduating students tonight, most will attend Cuyahoga Community College or a technical college. 3 students will attend Cleveland State University, and 1 will attend college in Texas. Others decided to continue to work to help support their families. Seniors, your families arrived to the United States so that you can have a better future. Believe in yourselves and make your families proud. Once you reach your expected level of success, give back to your community by helping them. As Wanda Hope Carter once stated, take control of your destiny. Believe in yourselves. Ignore those who try to discourage you. Avoid negative sources, people, places, things, and habits. Don't give up and don't give in. Class of 2022, make us all proud.
Thank you, Ms. Burgos. Now, we will now have our memorial remarks about classmate Eric Hakizama and presentation of his country flag by Ms. Morosco.
Kwa miamba ya shule yetu, shule ya Thomas Jefferson, na walimu wote na wanafunzi wote, tunataka kusema pole sana kwa mama Eric Hakizimana kwa ile ajali ilifanyika kwake, na yeye angekuwa ni mmoja wetu, angekuwa anakaa hapa na wale wengine, lakini jioni ya leo hayuko na sisi, lakini tuko hapa tumkumbuke na tuwapatie familia yake pole na tuseme hatutamsahau na yeye bado ni mmoja wetu, na tutamkabidhi mama yake bendera ya kutoka nchi ile alizaliwa, nchi ya Uganda, hata ikiwa wazazi wake walizaliwa nchi ya Congo. On behalf of our school, our teachers, our students of Thomas Jefferson, we are here to present a flag to one of our family members, a student who tragically lost his life, Eric Hakizimana. He would have been one of us seated here today to graduate, but we are here to have a memorial for him and to remember him and to tell the family that we will never forget him and he will always be one of us. And on behalf of the school, we're gonna present a flag of Uganda where he was born, although his parents are from Congo when they learned from the war. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Morosco. I now have the privilege of introducing our keynote speaker, Joshua Cribbs, for tonight's ceremony. Josh Cribbs played in the National Football League, NFL, for 9 years, 7 of which he played right here in Cleveland, Ohio, for the Cleveland Browns. He is a 3-time NFL Pro Bowler, an all-decade return specialist, a 3-time Pro Football Hall of Famer, and a nominee and current co-host of Cribbs in the CLE. In addition to these accolades, Josh also finds time to mentor a group of students, male students in CMSD, pouring into Cleveland and also into our inner city youth. With no further ado, please help me welcome Josh Cribbs.
Thank you for having me. I have to put a timer on myself, because I talk too much. At least that's what my wife says. My wife says that, so. I sat in the seats that you guys sit in. My family stood in the crowd as I graduated. They watched me from Little League football all the way up to the NFL. And it was the greatest thing to have support, to have a family base. And I used that as motivation for everything that I was able to accomplish. You're wonderful. The head of the school here, I think you mentioned, you forget about your haters, forget about people that mean to hate on you, that don't want you to succeed. Well, I use them as motivation because there's a lot of people that don't want you to succeed, that sometimes it's an old friend that feel like they should be where you are. And you made it. You made it here. He mentioned that I mentor kids. I mentor 6th, 7th, and 8th graders at Alfred Bennett High School next to East Tech, inner city school, kids that grew up just like I grew up. I'm trying to get them in a mindset to get to where you are right now. I want them to create goals for themselves, to motivate themselves, to stay on a path so that they can get to where you are right now. Because where you are right now is a place that a lot of us adults, a lot of us older people wish we could go back to. Because right now you have a clean slate. You have an empty canvas. What will you draw with your life? What will you paint? What type of success will you create for your loved ones, for your people who love and care about you? They mentioned that some of you will go to college, some of you will go start technical schools, some of you will start working. I say, do what you love, become what you love. When I talk to kindergarten students and younger kids, I tell them all the time, they paid me millions of dollars to go to recess. In the NFL, yep, they paid me millions of dollars to go to recess, and they scratching their heads like, huh? Well, every day at recess, I played football. Every day at recess, I played football. And then I got older, and they paid me money to play football. That's all. I did what I loved, and I did it at a great level. And I remember my 6th grade teacher from Nigeria. He was a great professor. I call him a professor. He was a teacher. We didn't call him professor back then. But his mentality, his input, well, he showed me the math of the chances that I would make it to the NFL. I would come in sweaty, arms stinking every day from recess in his class real loud, and he would look at us, and I'm like, I'm going to play in the NFL. And he said, come here, sack of bones. That's what he called me, sack of bones, because I was a skinny kid. I was small. And he was, sack of bones, come here. And I came, and he led me to a chalkboard. And he wrote down how many students actually play high school football. And it was a huge number. Then he wrote down how many students actually go to college and play football. And the number got smaller. Then he wrote down a number of how many students actually come from where I come from and make it to the NFL. It was a 0.01% chance. 0.01% chance that I would make it into the NFL. And my face lit up. And it confused him. And he was like, did you hear me? 0.01% chance. And I was like, I hear you. And he was like, why are you looking at me like that? I was like, because you're telling me there's a chance. As long as there's breath in your body, air in your lungs, there's a chance for you to do something great that you love. The jobs that you will get, let them be a stepping stone to where you want to go. I worked a job when I went to Kent State. I worked a job not too far from here. It was at the Aurora Boxing Company, and I was a temp. So that means they would call me, and they would tell me on the spot my responsibility. I was cleaning up hangars and factory floors and taping boxes together as a temp job while I was training for the NFL. It wasn't a chance that I would make it. In my mind, it was no doubt. I'm making it to the NFL. I don't care what nobody say, I'm gonna make it. So I did little jobs in order to get to the big job. That's key. I did little jobs right here on the side just until I got to make it to the NFL. And I did. And it was crazy because the obstacles that are in front of me that I came through, you all have already defied the obstacles that I went through. Coming from different countries, speaking a different language, I can't imagine the obstacles, the barriers, the walls that you have to climb. And now you're at another level where you can decide. You have a choice. And this is for everybody. So don't be afraid to aim high and miss. Never be afraid to aim high and miss. Be afraid that you don't aim high enough and you hit and you make it. I'm going to say that again. Don't be afraid to aim high and miss. Be afraid to aim too low and hit. And then you look up one day and you like, man, I was meant for more. I could have did more. I'm still working at this job. Hey, I'm still doing this. I was a painter. People bought my paintings. I was a singer. People loved to hear me sing. I was this, I was that. Don't forget, let every job, let your knowledge that you seek to obtain from college, let it take you somewhere. It's just a point in time where you have to go further. That's called ambition. Sometimes we get to a point where we don't see an end. We don't see ourselves doing something great. All you have to do is see yourself doing something great. Nobody else don't have to see it. Just you. When I made it to the NFL, I had to change my goals. I wanted to become the best. So I sat there every game before the game and I visualized myself running touchdowns. I visualized myself scoring. And then I went out there and I actually did it. And I made it realistic too. I didn't score every time in my vision. In my vision, I didn't score every touchdown. I would get tackled here and there in my own vision. I made it realistic for myself. So I actually could believe in myself because that's where it starts. If you believe in yourself first, that's the first step. Believing in yourself, because nobody can see what you can. Again, nobody can see what you can. When I made it to the NFL, my classmates that I went to high school with, they thought the Cleveland Browns was a semi-pro team, like it was a rec team that adults gather, like, adult softball leagues, and they thought I was just playing with a team called the Cleveland Browns on Sundays at the yard, around the back, around the corner. They didn't believe that I actually made it to the NFL. They was like, Cribs? Because they came from where I came from. And they felt less than. Like, how can I come from where he come? And he made it. They didn't see what I saw. So you guys have an opportunity now. You have choices to make. I know some of you guys are going to work. You're going to help support your families. But make that goal. Put that goal like, I'm going to support them. I'm going to work. That doesn't mean you can't eventually become the boss. I want to work, but become the boss. Create. That's what you came here for. Not just in this country. That's why these teachers taught you. They poured their lives into you so that you can become more. Your family is there to support you so you can become more. This is not an end point. This is a starting point. I'm talking to kids just so they can get to where you guys are at now. The sky is the limit. I'm going to let you guys go. But remember, don't be afraid to aim too high. We all get caught up in thinking, man, I can't do that. I can't achieve that. I can't be the boss. Yes, you can. If you can't be the boss at a store you working at, start your own store. If you can't be the boss and you doing hair, fixing cars, I can't think of different jobs, but if you can't be the boss at that place, go do it yourself. Make your own money. Become your own CEO. That's the reason that these administrators, that we are all here to see you succeed and then hear about it. They want to hear about your joy. They want to hear how far you came so they can share in it. That's what they're here for. I went back to my school in the 6th grade, and my teacher was still working there, Dr. Deere. And I went back to him. He already heard about me. And as soon as we saw each other, he started laughing, and we immediately hugged each other. He felt he shared in the success with me. When I made it to the NFL, he showed me all the press clippings, the newspaper articles. He was rooting for me. He said, don't ever let nobody tear you down. I told you that as a kid, but you proved me wrong. So when people prove you wrong, people hate on you, they don't believe in you, use them. Don't say, you know what, you're right. Use them. I've used so many haters. I collect them. It's almost like if you tell me I can't, that's going to make me do it. Sometimes we got to act like children. When we tell children don't put your hand in the cookie jar, what they going to do? They going to figure out how can they get them cookies out the jar. So when people tell you you can't, figure out how. It's just another problem for you to solve. I made it to the NFL. That was just a dream. I didn't even think it was really possible. I got to college. I didn't know I could make it. But I did it because I didn't let no one tell me I couldn't. I kept my head going. I kept training and working little odd jobs, doing what I had to do, sweeping and cleaning. But I had my eyes on the prize, and that's all you guys have to do now. I can't wait to hear about your success. I can't wait for the administrators to tell me like, yeah, such and such, he really took your speech to heart. He applied to have his own business, and now he's running his store. Yep, he's from Thomas Jefferson. Such and such, he went back to his hometown, and he started such and such. Yeah, he takes care of his whole family. We had something to do with that. We want to hear about your success stories. I want to hear about your success stories. They want to hear about your success stories. And now it starts for you. Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Cribbs, for your words of inspiration and also motivation. At this time, we are now going to have our commencement address. Excuse me. At this time, we're now going to have our valedictorian, Donovan Santos, speak to us.
Greetings to the many people who are here to celebrate with us today. I would like to thank you all for coming. I am Jonathan Santos, and I am from Micronesia, and represent the class of 2022 as the valedictorian. As is true for many, my families and friends will be watching the live stream. We are especially thankful to our International Newcomers Academy teachers, as they have been highly important to our success. Personally, I would like to thank my family, especially my father and mother, who has always been there for me. A special thanks goes to my mom, who always guided and encouraged me with my studies, and has always supported me whenever I was feeling down. She wants me to have a better life, one filled with growth, excellence, and success. As I speak to all of you, I want you to hear my story, which has brought me to the present. Hopefully you will be inspired. I faced a lot of struggles, events that made me want to quit, but I didn't. Back in Micronesia, I've always wanted to come to America. I watched a lot of movies and thought that America would be perfect for me. Now that I'm here, I really love it. It is a good fit. But there were times that I was discouraged and possibly wanted to go back to Micronesia. Since 2018, when I arrived with my mother, father, and sister, I have learned many things. Much of that has come about over the past 4 years in this high school. Among other things, I have overcome my shyness, made friends, achieved more English proficiency, learned to work through struggles as a team, and observed much subject matter. I have many goals for the years ahead. Because I like computer science, I will be pursuing that at Cleveland State University. I am happy because I accomplished my high school education with honor. Second, the beginning of my journey to success in college for a better tomorrow and better equality. I never thought that I would complete my high school education with victory on it. And today I feel very proud of myself, so that I could say it out loud. I have accomplished my education in high school, looking for a better future for myself in the new world. Life has taught me that if you put your thought and mind to it, you will succeed. Never give up regardless of how hard things may be. Don't let others discourage you. Learning opens your mind to things that you never knew before. Education is important in order to be successful. No matter how difficult things may become, my advice is don't give up. You can be victorious in whatever you pursue. I am an example to all who see me on stage today making this speech today. I have great wishes for you, my fellow classmates. I want you to have the best of luck because you have been hardworking and determined. I am hoping that you will be very successful. Thank you for being the amazing class of 2022 as we move ahead into the next phase of our lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Next, we'll have our salutatorian and class president, Mays Halal.
Good evening, faculty, staff, administrators, family and friends, and of course, the graduating class of 2022. My name is Mays Hilal. I say my name with greater pride as I represent Syria where I was born and raised. I am beyond honored to represent the graduating class as the salutatorian and the senior class president of the class of 2022. As I begin, I would like to take a moment to thank a few people in my life who have consistently motivated me and played a huge role in my life. Thank you to my parents, Miyada and Abdel Nasser, for the sacrifices you made, for loving me unconditionally. Thank you for teaching me respect, confidence, and proper etiquette. But I want to give a special thank you to my wonderful mom for instilling in me the love of learning and for making me a priority even over your own priorities. Thank you to my brother for being a caring older brother and a wonderful role model. Thank you to my little sister for being with me when I was at my worst, just as much as my best. May you forever be front and center in my life, sis. Thank you to Ms. Waring for inspiring me to do my best. You helped me a lot with my college applications and what's my next step in my academic career. You have been with me through it all, from thoughts and plans to an acceptance letter, to a scholarship receiver, to now graduation. You connected me with the right people to me. You made TJ a better place. Your love and support have helped me not only through college, but also through life. I love you so much. Thank you to Ms. Daly for teaching me about meditation and self-love. Thank you to all my teachers at TJ and my family, uncles, aunts, and cousins. Now, moving on to the class of 2022. We made it! Woo! We have faced many forms of adversity from not originally understanding many forms of adversity from not originally understanding many classes here at TJ to figuring it out and making it. We did it. We began our high school journey living in the world of coronavirus disease, TikTok addictions, and the shared fear of missing out. Graduates, the hashtag social media generation. We are the second pandemic graduating class. We are the last senior graduates from Thomas Jefferson High School. We made it through one of the most historic events of the last century. Together, we went to school online in our junior year, and even at the beginning of this year, FaceTime friends between classes, even though we didn't know each other. As newcomers to the United States, we experienced like no others in life. Through the transactions between our countries are here, we adapted, overcame, and became the most unstoppable graduating class of the history of Thomas Jefferson High School. Attending INA has been a life-changing experience. It said you are who you surround yourself with. Each person I've met at TJ helped me to be better every single day, helped me to be present, to be mindful, to be compassionate, and to be human. We learned to make the most of every moment, how to have fun meeting new people, and how to utilize the struggles as a means for growth. As we all embark on our individual journeys, I want you to remember that each obstacle you encounter, each hurdle you overcome, that brings you pain or grief will be temporary, and this obstacle will make you just strong enough to climb over your next step. Graduates, I believe that we are the future. Wherever we go, whatever we decide to do, we set an example for those who love us, for those who are following and watching our steps. Seniors, there's no more living in fear. No more waiting for that perfect moment to confess your feelings. No more telling yourself that you are not enough, because trust me, you are. Life hasn't the kindest to me, and I've had many struggles growing up. Despite this, I never let my past get in the way of a brighter future. No matter what life throws at me, I will always pick myself back up again, and I will always continue to rise each time I fall. With the diversity of student demographics at TJ, each person has overcome many obstacles and undergone a different journey. This is my story. A little more than 10 years ago, I would never imagine myself standing here at this stage and giving you the commencement speech and graduate as an honor student because of the existence of the war in my country, Syria. I have spent my childhood time living in the fear of death. At this point, I was very lost and uncertain about my future. Before the war, Syria was a great country to live. But after the war started in Syria, I lost the most innocent stage of my life. My school was bombed, which resulted in deaths and destruction in our school community. We were forced to leave due to the school closure. We exited our country to go to Jordan, where we finally were approved for an American visa in order to live without worrying about the daily basic things such as water, food, and safety. Me, as Syrian, I have been afflicted and overwhelmed by many problems, but I've emerged as a stronger person. I have learned so much in order to be the best leader to my peers around me. I have survived because of a combination of love of God, all my family and friends, and my own survival instinct inside of me. Being an immigrant taught me to be tough on myself, to be strong, to be independent, and above all, to never give up. Since I arrived to the United States, I've been working so hard on myself to achieve my goals. Additionally, I realized that there is no success without failure. There is no smile without tears. There is nothing we have reached easily that has been handed to us on a plate of gold. Everything we have today is the result of the sacrifices we have made that only we can understand through our shared experiences. Learning has become my safe haven. Learning has been one of the most significant impacts in my life. It began with my mother. She taught me that learning is an ongoing process and forever evaluating. For me, it's been so empowering and has given me so much value. And I'm extremely excited to begin my new journey in college as I will be attending Cleveland State University. Class of 2022, it has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president. We consistently made this class legendary. Seniors, it has been a #magnificent 3 years with you. Class of 2022, this is not the end. Now we are just starting our journeys. This is our great beginning. Thank you.
Thank you, Mace. Next, we'll have our certification of class by Denise W. Link from our CMSD board member.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Elakad on the CMSD board, and I'm, as an immigrant and a refugee, like some of our students, and an immigrant like all of our students, I'm honored to certify this class along with my fellow board member, Denise Link. Principal Marisol Burgos, class advisor and faculty, do you attest to the fact that these students have satisfactorily completed the requisite course of study prescribed by the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, the Board of Education, the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and the Ohio Department of Education?
I certify that all the students on this stage today have met all of the educational requirements of the state of Ohio and the Cleveland Metropolitan School District and have passed all of the required parts of the Ohio graduation and the Ohio state test. These students are now ready to receive their diplomas.
Then, on behalf of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District Board of Education, I have the high honor to bestow upon you, members of the International Newcomers Academy 2022 graduating class, your high school diplomas, along with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Valedictorian, Jonathan Santos. Salutatorian and Class President, Mays Halal. Class Treasurer, Stanislav Fadis. Class Vice President, Daniel Alberenga Ruiz. Class Secretary, T.I. Hun. Josue Alikimali. Karen Beatriz Arana Escobar. Alfredo Claros Gavidia. Kevin Cortez Perez. Kelsey Fermin Altagracia. Veronica Elizabeth Fuentes Benitez. Jonathan Gonzalez Onofre. Asafu Habimana. Jose Wilfredo Herrera Aguilar. Kiala Lubamba. Laura Miranda Aquino. Fikiri Mwashkala. Lideni Palacios Borem. Edvi Perez Velasquez. Alan, I know your name. Alan Sanchez Barahona. Liliana Valdez Langumas. Ener Vasquez Melendez. Priscilla Velez Rodriguez. I present the class of 2022.
Wait. She gotta say something.
On behalf of the Cleveland Board of Education, the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, Mayor Justin Bibb, and Chief Executive Officer Eric S. Gordon, I wish to congratulate the young men and women of the International Newcomers Academy Class of 2022, their parents, and their families. Congratulations.
At this time, we ask that the class of 22 please stand. Students, note that the tassel is worn on the right side of the mortarboard as a symbol of change. I hereby declare that the Thomas Jefferson International Newcomers Academy Class of 2022 to be graduates of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. You may now move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboard as a sign this is a symbol that you are now alumni, excuse me, of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Congratulations.
At this time, we would also like to take a few moments to acknowledge Ms. Carrie Waring. Come on. Ms. Waring, on behalf of your administrative team and on behalf of your colleagues and on behalf of the graduating class of 2022 and their families and loved ones, we would like to take a moment to thank you for the significant amount of work that you have put in this year, from all the fundraising activities to the very memorable prom that took place last Friday to tonight's memorable event. An immense amount of work was put forth, and we truly appreciate it, and we would like to present you with a small token of appreciation. Thank you very much on behalf of everybody. Family members, guests, parents, we thank you so much for taking time out of your busy lives to celebrate this memorable event in the lives of your loved ones. Hopefully you have a few extra moments to spare, and we would like to invite you to the front of the school, to the lobby, to partake of some refreshments. At this time, please make sure that the aisle remains clear so that our graduating class of 2022 exits safely. Thank you, everybody. And again, don't forget to stop in the lobby.